Party PDP to embrace the Broom Party, the All Progressives Congress APC. And the governor of Mboyi State, Dave Umahi, says the Southeast are not planning to secede and alerts that foreign herders have infiltrated the country. Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimberley, Channels Television's studio in Abuja, the nation's capital. Welcome to the program everyone, and let's tell you that the intervention of the federal government may have momentarily calmed nerves in the Nigerian Labour Congress protests of the planned right-sizing of workers in Kaduna State. Today, the FGNLC Kaduna State Government Conciliation Meeting with the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has agreed that the state head of service should chair a committee set up to look deeply into the matter and has up to Tuesday, the 25th of May, to report to the Minister of Labour and Employment. The minister says the Kaduna State government disagrees with the NLC during the meeting. He notes that the meeting therefore resolved to constitute a 10-man committee comprising 6 state government officials and 3 from NLC to discuss and resolve the impasse. The meeting also resolves that no person shall be victimized for participating in the strike. And the governor of Mboyi State, Dave Umahi, was in the presidential villa today. And he says that the southeast region of the country is not planning to secede and does not want to go to war, but one that foreign herders have infiltrated the country, causing havoc. Governor Umahi said this today at a media briefing organized by the presidential media team at the State House in Abuja. Take a listen to Governor Umahi.
In the southeast, you don't have cattle routes. But in the north, we have cattle routes. And so nobody is going to say ban, open grazing, in some areas in the north where there are cattle routes, where they move constitutionally from one point to the other. But in the south, there is no cattle route. And so for you to move from one point to the other, you have to move through farms. You have to move through, population, dense areas, and this is not very good. And that's what the southern governors and of course Southeast in particular are saying. Let's go back to our traditional method of relationship. We will no longer allow you to take your cattle from one local government to the other. And the implication is that these foreign headers also come in terms of mobile headers with AK-47. So that is a source of conflict. So anybody that is saying that there should be no ban on this thing is, on the other hand, saying that, look, these killings will continue. And that's what gave birth to ESN. Whether we support it as governors, we don't. But the people tend to support it because of the foreign headers that pretend that they are raiding cattle and then they are killing. In my own village, a white man was kidnapped in my village that's doing construction, by these foreign headers. And we've encouraged the federal government, let's treat this, cattle raiding as a business. Take money from the federation account and develop ranches where they are designated ranches, especially in the north. And the northern governors are willing, but it's being frustrated.
Well, in that same vein, there are now many reactions trailing the submissions of the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General of the Federation. Some of the statements he made on this program yesterday is generating loads of reactions. And the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, has reacted, saying the decision of the governors to ban open grazing is irreversible and will be enforced. Mr. Akeredolu, in a statement today, said, quote, comparing this anachronism, which has led to loss of lives, farmlands, and property, and engendered untold hardship on the host communities with buying and selling of auto parts is not only strange, it is annoyingly portrays a terrible mindset. The decision to ban open grazing states it will be enforced with vigor. And the Senate Minority Leader Eyinaya Abaribe is also reacting, and he said, quote, "What is the correlation between spare parts sellers in a rented shop or government designated area and marauding Fulani herders destroying farms, killing and raping, thus trampling on people's private properties and means of livelihood?" Such a divisive statement from a top federal government official, in fact, the chief legal advisor to the federal government, that exposes a very dangerous mindset. This disposition has no doubt raised tensions in Nigeria to a frightening level. End of quote. Those are the words of Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, Senate Minority Leader. And now to our major conversation for tonight. The governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, today dumped the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and is moved on to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The governor was received by chieftains of the APC in Calabar, the capital of Cross River State, today, and that delegation was led by the chairman of the APC Caretaker Committee, May Mala Buni. Governor Ayade is our guest tonight on the program, and he joins us from Calabar, the capital of Cross River State. Thank you so much, Professor Ayade, for joining us tonight. Should I say congratulations? I quite don't know how to greet people on this kind of occasion. I mean, I'm not a politician, but if congratulations is fits well, congratulations on your defection to the APC. Some folks in the PDP will say they are not surprised because the rumor of your defection has been around for months now. But why did it take this long before you eventually make the move?
Well, thank you very much. I'm happy with your congratulations. My decision to move has nothing to do with my relationship with PDP. It has everything to do with my understanding of the challenges of this nation at this time. My respect for the integrity, character, and quality of leadership that President Muhammadu Buhari has brought. I feel depressed when the nation is challenged with security issues. Instead of us to rise as a nation an orgasmic whole, to see how we can support the president to deal with these foreign headers that have actually colonized our various routes and farms. We rather sit back on our escapist explanation syndrome to tend to create an impression as if government is not doing well. When the people are challenged, it's the responsibility of those in society who feel that they have the calibrating machinery to reduce tension, to find ways and means to reduce the level of ebuloscopy that had characterized the nation for some time. I therefore took a decision to join the APC with a full intent to support Mr. President to bring to an end the almost near cataclysm that has beset this country for some time. It is therefore not driven by mere political ideology, but the philosophical and existential point that this nation is tending towards a brink of collapse. And we must support the president. So I stand strong. I stand to support the young people of Nigeria with the massive unemployment, hunger, and the crisis that has been around for so long, occasioned by the systemic failure of Africans, nothing to do with Nigeria as it were. A continent bestowed with so much wealth, about the largest deposit of tantalite right here in Nigeria and Democratic Republic of Congo. A blessed continent like Africa, yet black has become a source of shame. Black is no longer a color, but a reflection of people who cannot rule themselves. So the choice to actually join APC is to calm down the nerves and to speak to other governors to say it's better for us to come together and support the president through a succession process that can allow us to have a peaceful transition, to the shame of the international community that imagines that Armageddon is besetting Nigeria shortly. But I need you to know clearly.
All right. So, Governor.
That is
Governor, apologies if I may cut in quickly. Yeah, I wanted to be, the question I asked earlier is why it took this long, because in fact a fellow governor of yours from the PDP had told us on this program that it probably was referring to you at the time that you were planning to leave. So why did it take long? And you said that you wanted to come and help. Is it difficult to help the president being a PDP governor?
Well, sometimes your values, your points will be stronger and more appreciated when you come into the center. And I think that's the reason. But basically, you cannot rely on probability. If any governor had come in and said another PDP governor was going to move soon, perhaps it was just based on assumption. But the reality is that the reason for which I have moved is what I've just analyzed for you. The rumor has been there right from time because of my personal relationship with this president. The relationship is so strong that, don't forget, the president's first working visit was to Cross River State. I'm not from the north. I am not Muslim. I'm not from APC as I then was. But the president chose my state to visit. I owe him that sense of duty, that sense of relationship, that fatherly respect, and I've related closely with him. And I can see his heart and soul. A good man in all total sense. But unfortunately, society will never see it because they are most certain and more excited to find pitfalls in spite of your commitment. And so all of those rumors and cheap talks, they only manifested now because this is the time I find appropriate. This is the time I think I will bring value. This is the time I think it's time to move to the center and contribute from the center. And that's only time your voice can be strongly heard. If you speak from the periphery, by the time it gets to the center, it will have been diluted in essence and purpose.
Okay, so one would think that for a party that gave you the platform and leverage, for a governor or a two-term governor, you don't think that this could be read as disloyalty?
No. Essentially speaking, I'm one of those whose political slogan is very clear. My political slogan is politics with ethics. As you know, I'm from Cross River State and governor of Cross River State. Cross River has been reduced to want in body, in spirit, and in soul. A state that has lost her territory, a state that has lost her oil wells, a state that is amongst the lowest, number 35 out of 36 states in terms of federal allocation. The only state in its south that is completely dislocated from among the committees of the oil-producing states. A state that does not get the 13% derivation. A state that the income is far less than the cumulative monthly salary. I was not elected to practice politics, but to bring value to my society, to bring value to the people who elected me. At this point, having recognized the challenges of my people and my state, it is also wise, while I stretch my hands to support the nation through my total support for Mr. President, to see also whether in the process I can bring value to my state. And that is the stronger point. I don't believe that by this decision it's disloyal to the party. I have never, even all through the time I spoke about my defection, I never spoke about PDP. And so for me, APC is the party to go to at this point in time, because if this nation does not have a smooth transition in 2023, what you talk about Somalia will be a thing like a child's play. I know what this nation looks like. I have felt the EndSARS protest. I can tell you, this is not politics. And as you know, I'm too refined, too educated, too exposed to run into cheap generalization. The choice to join APC at this point is based on a nationalistic approach and my commitment to my state. Nothing to do with morality or the issue of whether I'm loyal or non-loyal to PDP. Besides, as many people as you see in PDP, they have defected at one time or the other. And many people that you are talking to in APC who are so committed to this nation were sometimes in PDP. So don't forget that there's a dynamics in a political platform, because ideological philosophies in Africa are quite different. We're still dealing with the basic issues, atavistic issues of hunger, needs, wants, infrastructure. Irrespective of political platform, the essence is to bring value. And that's what I seek.
All right. So, Governor Ayade, we're due for a break. We'll take a break. But when we come back, this your defection, we will be looking at what this means to the people of Cross River State, beyond the politics. The average person on the street in River State, Cross River State, what do they stand to benefit? That's going to be next on our conversation tonight. Join us again, go. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on Politics Today on Channels Television. Governor Ben Ayade, the governor of Cross River State, who today defected from the PDP to the APC, is our guest and has been talking to us from Calabar, the Cross River State capital. Thank you so much, Professor, for your time tonight. Let's get back into the conversation. I'd like to ask you, why did you wait till now? Why didn't you make that move, this move, in your first term?
I think I have made myself sufficiently clear. At the state of the demoscopy of this nation, at this time, if there's any time Nigeria needed to come together as a country, it's now. I don't understand how politicians will be playing politics within oneness, unity, peace, and security of this nation. The security of this nation cannot be subject to politics. So when you see clearly mercenaries have been drafted into the country, hitting on your own country, and you sit back and laugh and try to point accusing fingers, you're destroying your own country. And so I have offered myself to support the government at the center, to encourage other people to join me, to reduce the tension in the land. And that is the real reason why I choose to join at this point. We've never had NSAS protests. We've never had it this bad in the last few weeks. And I know that this is man-made. I know that this is sponsored. The young people who are being pushed to take guns against their nation,
Governor Ayade,
of the consequences.
Governor Ayade,
yes.
Yeah, Governor Ayade, apologies to Botin. Is there something happening in your party, the PDP? Because when you are moving when you are deserting a place for another place, it could mean that where you are going to is a better place to compare to where you are living. Is the APC a better political party in your own view than the PDP?
First, I've just joined the party today, and my experience so far, I feel too happy to have been in this APC today. As to whether there were issues in PDP, no. The party stood by me all through the way. In any other legal issue or tussle that I've had, PDP has stood with me. PDP gave me opportunity to be a senator. PDP gave me opportunity to be a governor. I will never at any time put down PDP. I have integrity. I have character of honor. My politics has ethics. My choice to join APC is to support the president to reduce the tension in this country. I don't know why Nigeria just play politics from day one, from beginning of election to the end of the election, another election. I am shocked at the heat of the national security crisis, and INEC timetable for election has been rolled out. I just imagine if every single governor, I was in China one of these times, they had a national election. Everybody was going about his business. You will never imagine there was an election for that day. But in Nigeria, 2 years to the election, the tension is building up. We need to put an end. Let's not play with the danger of the younger generation. 28,000 people will come out of one university at a time and they have no jobs. I have to create 38,000 jobs, not because I need their services, but I needed to reduce the level of unemployment. Just this evening, I created 500 jobs for people I joined in APC. I want to tell you, please, forget the stories and the cheap discussions. If I had issues with PDP, I would tackle them. I know the reason for my movement, and it is the fact that people see with their eyes, so they're impaired by objects. I see with my soul. I know the danger confronting this nation. And I have seen the president. In fact, 3 weeks, please, just give me 1 second. 3 weeks ago, I was with Mr. President. Right. I was with Mr. President. While I was briefing Mr. President on a subject matter, news came in. There was an attack in one state. We cut short that meeting, and he sent for all the security chiefs at that late hour. And he has never rested for the whole day. So for those of us who have had direct contact with the president, we see the sincerity of purpose. We see the commitment. Unfortunately, no matter the level of faithful catechism he has, it will materialize to nothing unless the society see that as so. But where politicians take advantage of a collective threat to us all and use it as a political instrument to put down the ruling party, I find that unacceptable. It's disgusting. And that's why I say, look, let me show a classical departure from that. And stand with the president, stand with the ruling party, and help them go through these trying moments. In the process, I'm happy to announce to you, very soon, you see that more governors are joining. Because what we want to achieve is a country where we all can sit with the president.
Governor,
we don't have to fight.
All right. So let me quickly ask you, when you say more governors are coming, I mean, you must have this information. Can you give us an idea of who these people are?
Just watch out, you'll see. You just realize that I know what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me again ask you. All right, so what direct good or benefit will this your political move do to the average person in Cross River State?
If you ask me the average person in Nigeria, I will give you. An average person in Cross River, I am too nationalistic for this. I never sought a selfish or personal interest. I could just run into a cheap statement to tell you, I want to benefit this, I want to do my superhighway, I want to do the deep sea port, I need support from the center. But of all essence is all of that support when the nation is in crisis and there is an existential threat to the nation. I think we must understand that what truly the next country needs. If you're truly a politician that intends to serve, because politics is social engineering of persuading people to see your views. The persuasion this nation needs now is that all of us must speak in one voice. A total condemnation on the siege on this nation, a total support to Mr. President to enable him to take this country out of the challenges that we've got at this time. Otherwise, for you who seeks to serve, for you who wants to be governor or president and rejoice over what the country is going through, the tribulations at this point, you would have failed morally, ethically. And in political Kantianism, it is essential for you to know that moral miasma that characterizes societies is occasioned by those who sit back and watch evil perpetrate and permeate society. So I have decided to come out in very clear language that PDP at no time that PDP did not stand with me all through my political career while I was in PDP. There was never a time.
All right,
so please.
Yeah. So,
I am standing with the president now and tomorrow.
Okay, so quickly, because we're out of time. The world, there's a political nexus in all of this. So the world and local government congresses held recently appears not to have gone in your favor. Has been touted on the ground there in Cross River. It is said that you could not produce a single ward or LG executive in your own local government. There are claims that you totally lost the political grip in your own grassroots terrain in Cross River State. How do you react to this?
I've always given it to you that you are very exact, but you missed it this time around. My local government intact. We have the world congresses, and only 8 local governments were interfered with. And of the 8 local governments, all of them have offered full commitment and loyalty. Of the world congresses, nobody touched my ward or touched my local government or touched my senatorial district except a few places. Besides, in the chapter congresses, we are absolutely in control. And don't forget, the party fired strongly in support of our list. The party has never at any time taken a position different from my position. So you can check all that through. And that's why I think you people get it absolutely wrong. For example, you are totally wrong because nothing touched the Obudu list. Nothing. Right. Only 8 local governments were interfered with.
Yeah. That's contentious, Governor, because there are those who are on the ground who believe that somehow your party had it, but some other factional leadership of the party held sway. But on a final note, and in just 10 seconds, how many people are following you from the PDP in this your movement to the APC? Just in 20 seconds.
It is total. The total councillors, all the chairmen of local government, almost all the houses Assembly members, most of the National Assembly members, my entire commissioners and cabinet today. That's the amount of the political structure. And all the various local governments that have built industry in almost every local government area. The young people that have given support, all of that is coming in. And in Cross River State, once the governor moves, everybody moves.
All right, we must leave it at that, but we must sincerely thank you, Professor Ben Ayade, Governor of Cross River State, for your time tonight on Politics Today on Channels Television. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
But that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye-bye.